1026 straight, 1050. 94 to 1050.
Yeah, where's your wallet located? No, I can get it. Where's it located?
Now, normally we don't get too much into wrestling. There are a couple of main stories that we do discuss, especially lately with the Tammy Stitch situation with the DUI manslaughter arrest, that her bond has been revoked, and basically she's been ordered to jail. There has been nothing yet on the trial or anything what's going to go on here, but expect her to be finished, pretty much finished. I mean, this is a woman that basically she couldn't get out of her own way, and you know, now she's going to pay the price. And the thing about it is, her jail time is going to take, it's a lot, and she's going to go through several trials, at least 3 trials on there, and in maybe 2 to 3 states. I mean, the main case is the manslaughter charge, where she killed somebody while she was driving on a suspended license in Florida. And what is it with Florida? You know, I have to say, I lived there for 10 years. And the thing about it is, with wrestlers, a lot of this shit goes on in Florida. I know a lot of them, some of them, they do live down there. Or some of them, they just basically like to vacation. But lately, in the news, it's been hitting from Florida itself. And then now we have another WWE former star. I mean, one of my favorites. And I know a lot of other people's favorites on there. And he's in AEW right now as well. Jeff Hardy. Part of the Hardy Boys. I mean, these guys were fantastic back in the day. And, I mean, both of them have gone through a lot of shit. And now Jeff Hardy has been arrested for a DUI. He got pulled over, and the cops pulled the guns on him. I mean, you know, this was, you saw the video in the beginning on there, but let's read a little bit of this off of TMZ. 3 officers pulled gun on Jeff Hardy's DUI arrest. Police video shows the 3 officers apparently were so concerned about the state of Jeff Hardy after they pulled him over on Monday morning. They drew their guns, pointed it at the AEW star. In the footage, you can see the cops stopped Hardy's white Dodge Charger on a freeway after they said that he's been swerving all over the world and driving erratically. They walked to his car and apparently shout orders through him through the closed windows. Hardy, though, didn't comply, which caused the officers on the scene to pull out their firearm. Fortunately, Hardy eventually opened his car door without issue, and the officers were able to get him out of the vehicle without incident. And yeah, they are charging him with a DUI. And yeah, he's in trouble. This is in deep trouble. And the thing about it is, his current employer, Tony Khan, over at AEW, put this out just recently. We are unable to resume contact with Jeff Hardy this afternoon. AEW does not condone Jeff's alleged behavior. We've made it clear to Jeff that we will assist him in getting treatment for substance abuse issues, which he has indicated that he's open to receiving. In the interim, he is suspended without pay, and he can only return to AEW upon successfully completing treatment and maintaining his sobriety. You know, and that's the thing. If you notice, a lot of the, you know, this has been going on for quite some time. This is not the only thing. And you've heard, if you've seen Dark Side of the Ring from Vice TV network, you've heard the stories, a lot of the stories. You know, Miss Elizabeth is one of the big ones on there, on her death, on her drug abuse death, which some people may call it a murder to the situation, but you know, there has been no proof to the nature of the beast on that one. You know, that one is still, you know, you could go either way on the reason why she OD'd on there, and there have been many others, you know. And Tammy Stitch is another example on here. You know, she's in jail because she killed somebody. She killed an elderly adult, and you know, this is the things that basically the wrestling organizations has to grab hold of. You know, this is the same thing like, you know, talent in regular sports. You know, there are rules and regulations and they have to go abide by it. But I think there's been, you know, lately, and really lately, there's been a massive collapse of management in the wrestling agencies, you know, especially the WWE, because you're seeing a lot of these Hall of Famers, and you know, they're still under contract to, like, for example, the WWE. Stitch is still technically under contract on the WWE. Maybe by now she's no longer, because, you know, because of this arrest. And you know, they go in and out of rehab. You know, and you look for it at the end that, you know, they end up dying because of basically what they've done, you know, and you know, they have to grab hold of the situation. You know, my days working in Home Depot, I had people who were pure alcoholics, and you know, some of them were forklift drivers. Yeah, this is a scary situation. And I know one particular guy, he got sent to rehab by the company. One thing about Home Depot is that they do, back when I worked there, and this is when the original owners, the three owners that ran the place, before they sold it off, if you had a substance abuse problem, if you had an alcoholic problem, the company will pay to help you. They will get you back on your feet, but they give you only one chance. If you cannot get yourself, you'll let go. And this is what happened. There was one gentleman that basically worked with us, really good guy, but he couldn't hold his liquor and he drank. They sent him to help. He got cleaned up, came back. They moved him to another department, and guy fell off the wagon. I mean, literally, when you have the restaurant in the same complex we were in, call the manager of that restaurant, called the store, letting them know, saying, listen, your employee's in here and he's pounding back Jack Daniels like there's no tomorrow, and he's on duty. He's wearing his apron and all that. You know, you could tell that he's still on duty, because we don't walk out of the store with the aprons on, you know, unless we're on lunch or something to that nature. We don't go home with them. And basically the manager called up and that person was let go. He was let go in the end because that was being a danger, because, you know, they moved him into the department where they used a lot of the power tools. I mean, they rented out power tools. And that becomes a bit of a danger if you're not sober, as they would say. You know, you can end up cutting a limb. So we'll maintain on this story on Jeff Hardy, what will happen to him next. Let's hope he's able to get the help he needs. But, you know, the way things are going, it's rough for a lot of these wrestlers. It is rough. You know, like I said, check out that Dark Side of the Ring. There are a lot of sad stories, a lot of deaths that have occurred in the industry, senseless deaths, you know, that they should have never, ever had happen. And yet it still occurs, you know, a lot of shit that's gone down in that industry. And, you know, some of it you could put blame on the WWE, you know, the way they've been running the show. I mean, right now, Vince McMahon, it could be in trouble for certain things that are going on in the company right now. There are stories that, you know, he may have had paid money for, you know, to keep hush hush on a mistress allegation that's going on. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not, but the story is developing on that alone. Maybe we'll talk about that in another week or so, as soon as the story fully comes out. So, you know what to do next. Subscribe, like, share. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.